Hey guys and gals, welcome back to another one. I want to thank you for tuning in, and if you haven't already subscribed, please consider doing so. Today we are going to be preparing my traps for trapping season. Yes, I'm behind the 8 ball, but I didn't even know if I was going to be able to get out this year the way everything was going, having to take the course and all that good stuff, but we are getting very close to having my license in hand and can't wait to get started. So hopefully the weather cooperates, and with that being said, well, let's get this show on the road. Okay guys and gals, you'll have to forgive the road noise and whatnot. It's filming in town, so that's something we have to deal with. As you can see, I have my turkey deep fryer burner set up, and this is just an old canning pot that had got some rust and stuff in it somehow, so Mrs. Tubby donated it to the trapping effort. So I've already got the water in there, got it through the boil, and I'm just taking these traps. So these are the ones that I told you about in a previous video that were my uncle's and my father-in-law's, and these really mean a lot to me, and I can't wait to get these set out. They haven't been used in years, obviously, so I'm going to boil them and re-dye them and whatnot. And I just took some wire, just some mechanics wire, just so I can hang them up after to let them get a little seasoned. I'm going to drop these guys in. And obviously it's not a very big pot, so I'm going to have to do this in stages. But I've got the Bridger number 3s that I picked up, and these are going to get boiled and dyed and then waxed. I don't know that there's room in there right now for those, so I know I don't really have to do these ones. I could just set them, but since we're out here in the cold already, I'm going to plop those in. Add a little more water here. I'm going to let that go, and we'll bring it back when it's time to swap them out. Okay guys and gals, this has been boiling away here for a little while. All the stuff has kind of come to the top, so what we're going to do is remove this from the heat, set this aside for a second, and I'm going to take this clean water and just pour it over so it pushes all that stuff out and up, because you don't want to pull your traps back through it, from what I'm told anyway. By the looks of it, I'm going to need another pail, so we'll bring you back in a couple of minutes. Okay guys and gals, so I just kept flushing that with clean water until I didn't see any more oil or anything coming up, any more gunk. So this is my first year trapping, so I'm just kind of taking advice from all kinds of people, Hardcore Canuck, Timmins Trappers, Love of the Land, all these guys. There's so many wonderful channels out there. Jason Angle, just there's a bunch of them, and just look them all up. The one great thing about, or not the one, but one of the greatest things about this outdoor community is everybody's willing to share, and there's no better resource than just looking up other channels and watching their videos. Everybody has something to share and contribute, and all those guys that I mentioned, BC Newfie, all those guys, they've been doing this for years, and they're masters at their craft, and you can just learn a bunch. So anyway, like I said, I'm a rookie at this, so don't take any of this stuff as gospel, but I've kind of pulled knowledge from a lot of people, and so what I've done is flush that out. Now what I'm going to do is, to help get that rust started so it'll take the dye, is I'm going to plunk these into some clean water that I've put vinegar in, and I'm going to leave it in there for a little while, kind of help get that rust going, and then I'm going to hang them up behind me here and let them get for a couple of days and let them get good and rusty. So anyway, I'm just going to take these traps now and plunk them into that water. Make sure they're all covered. I got them all. As you can see, I've got more traps to do, so I'm just going to fill it up with cold water, repeat the process, and then this is going to be obviously a video that I'll make over a couple of days. So the next step that I'm going to do is I'm going to go out and gather up some sumac. It's what my father-in-law used to use to dye his traps, so I'm going to give it a try, and then when we get to that stage, we'll come back and I'll show you what I'm going to try for my dyeing process. So stay tuned.
Hey guys, Tubby Guys at work today, and I am left with a quest of foraging for sumac. So I thought I would make a quick little video and take you along the adventures and see what we can see. Hey guys, so I drove around and I found some pretty accessible from the side of the road. It's too snowy here to be trekking through far into the ditches and into fields, because this girl ain't built like she used to be. Middle age sucks. Anyway, I'm going to harvest some and I'll show you the bounty when I'm done. Check this out. I'm not the only one foraging in the snow today. So as luck would have it, on my way home I found trees literally, just angle the camera here, on the side of the road. There we go. Sorry, I'm not very good at this. So I'm going to pick a little bit extra for Wyatt and then we're done. So this is how much of a shopping bag I got. The first spot and the second spot. The first spot, of course, it looks a lot nicer. But it'll all boil down and make dye for the traps. Alright, have a great day, everyone.
Well, guys and gals, I'm just getting a chance to carry on with the dyeing of the traps. Mrs. Tubby went out and got me some sumac. I'm boiling that up. Turn that into a tea. And get ready to dye and wax my Bridger number 3s. So stay tuned. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I kind of messed up. I got on the phone last night with a good friend of mine, and while I was waxing the traps, and yeah, forgot to film everything. So I'll just explain what I did. These were the 120s that I dyed. They didn't take the dye very well, but they didn't really get much of a rust on them because the weather turned cold on me before I got a chance to get them boiled or whatever, and I was told I didn't really need to worry about these ones anyway, but I figured out what the heck. So I mean, they took a bit of the dye, they're not too bad. So and then in this clean bucket is my Bridger number 3 offset, fully modified Coyote footholds. They took the dye pretty darn good, and the wax turned out pretty good on them too. And all I ended up doing was I brought that pot up to a boil with the sumac in it, threw the traps in, let them boil away for 20 minutes or so, took them out of there, threw the 120s in, let them do the same thing, and then I took them out, and then I strained all of the sumac out, put in my wax, let it melt down, and then I just took one number 3 Bridger at a time and just kind of dunked it in, left it in for a couple of minutes to get up to temperature, the same temperature as the water, which I had taken down off a boil, just you know, just kind of just below a rolling boil kind of thing. And then I just pulled them up real slow and seemed to work fine. So when I took them out of there, I hung them up. I let them cool down and everything, and then I just plunked them in that bucket where they weren't going to get full of smells. So excuse my messy garage. So yeah, that was it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Remember to like and subscribe and comment and all that good stuff. And remember, it's never a bad day to be more outdoors.